All right, so ever wonder how podcasts like this one actually, make money?
Yeah, it's a question we get a lot.
It's more than just hoping people click those ads.
Yeah, way more. I mean, those ads are definitely part of it, but
So,
it's
yeah.
actually a fascinating mix of strategies, and some of them are like seriously outside the box.
Okay, well, I am ready to get my mind blown.
Right.
Let's deep dive, shall we? So we've been digging into this research on how podcasts rake in the cash,
Right.
and it turns out it's a whole ecosystem.
Yeah, it really is.
Let's start with the obvious one. Everyone's heard of those ads, right?
Yes. The good old...
Pre-roll, mid-roll, post-roll. We've all been there. But then I saw this term, dynamic ad insertion.
Oh, yeah.
What in the world is that?
It sounds fancy, doesn't it?
It does.
It's basically like super targeted ads tailored to each listener.
Wait, so how does that even work?
Okay, so imagine you're listening to a podcast about I don't know, gardening. And then boom, an ad pops up for a local plant nursery or maybe even like a seed delivery service right in your area. That's dynamic ad insertion.
No way.
Yeah.
That is kind of freaky,
It's smart technology.
but also really smart. I think I've even noticed that on some podcasts I listen to.
Yeah, it's becoming super common.
So how does that work for the podcasters themselves?
Well, they use special platforms and software that have these slots for dynamic ads, and then advertisers can bid on those slots
Oh, wow.
based on listener demographics,
Mhm.
age, interests, location, all that.
So it's like this whole automated system matching the right ad with the right person.
Exactly.
That's crazy. Okay, so that's ads, but our research also talks about this move beyond ads and into directly getting listeners to support the podcast.
Yeah, that's a huge trend right now.
Which honestly, I love that idea.
Me too. It's all about building a community.
Right? It's like you're directly invested.
Exactly. And platforms like Patreon are blowing up. They let listeners directly support creators through these monthly memberships.
Oh, yeah, I love Patreon.
And often you get bonus content or exclusive access in return. It's a win-win.
I've definitely joined a few Patreons for podcasts I really love.
Yeah, it's a great way to feel more connected and to support the creators you believe in.
But doesn't that risk making some listeners feel left out if they can't afford to contribute?
That's a good point, and it's something a lot of creators are mindful of.
Okay.
Many offer different tiers of membership, so even a small amount can unlock some perks.
Oh, that's nice.
And then there's always the option of direct donations.
Good old fashioned.
Exactly. Some people just love a podcast so much they want to keep it going,
I totally get that. It's like being a patron of the arts, but for your ears.
I like that.
Okay, so we've got ads, we've got direct support, but what really blew my mind in this research was how podcasts are creating full-on experiences beyond the audio.
Yes. This is where it gets really exciting.
Right, it's not just about what you hear anymore.
It's about community. It's about engaging with the podcast in a whole new way.
It's like that band you love that sells more than just music.
Exactly.
You can get the t-shirt, the limited edition vinyl,
Yeah.
and of course there's the concert experience.
It's a whole package.
Exactly.
Podcasts are doing the same thing. We're seeing limited edition merchandise.
Oh yeah,
Sometimes tied to specific episodes, and then, of course, live recordings.
I bet those are so fun.
Oh, they're amazing. Fans can meet the hosts, ask questions, be part of the show.
That is so cool. Okay, so what about this whole premium content thing?
Yeah.
Is that like a paywall for episodes?
Some platforms are testing that out.
Interesting.
It can be similar to tiered memberships, but instead of bonus content, you're getting exclusive episodes or even whole series.
So it's like a way for creators to make money from their best stuff while still having the free option for casual listeners.
Exactly. It's all about finding that balance.
I wonder if that's the future of podcasting.
It could be.
Do you think it'll turn off listeners who are used to free content?
It's tricky, but another approach is offering older episodes exclusively to paid subscribers.
So it's like an archive.
Exactly. You're not putting new content behind a paywall, but you're still incentivizing those subscriptions.
Oh, that's a good strategy.
Mm.
Okay, let's think big picture for a second.
Mm.
What about taking a podcast and turning it into like a book, a movie, a TV show?
The dream, right.
Right.
And we're seeing it happen more and more.
Which is so cool.
It shows you the power of storytelling and a dedicated fan base.
It's wild to see a podcast grow into like a whole media empire.
It is.
But it all starts with a great idea and building those partnerships right.
Absolutely.
Like branded content and cross-promotion, that's huge.
Huge. Imagine your favorite podcast teaming up with a company that shares their values.
Right.
It's a win-win. The
Mhm.
brand gets exposure to a dedicated audience. The podcast gets financial support.
I've seen some really cool collaborations,
Yeah.
like live events sponsored by brands or special episodes with guest experts.
It's all about getting creative.
And then there's this whole thing about podcasters using their expertise to make money,
Oh, yeah.
like offering online courses, workshops, coaching.
People are always looking for knowledge, and podcasters are in a perfect position to provide that.
That's so true. If you've built a reputation on a topic, why not share that expertise in a paid format?
Exactly. It's like taking the podcast to a whole new level.
Okay, and then there's YouTube, too.
Oh, yeah. Can't forget YouTube.
Putting podcast episodes on YouTube opens up another avenue for ad revenue.
And a lot of podcast hosting platforms incentivize creators by sharing ad revenue or giving bonuses for bringing in new listeners.
Wow, we have covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
So much to think about. But I'm curious, from all these strategies, what do you think are like the key ingredients to success in podcast monetization?
That is the million-dollar question.
Right.
At the end of the day, it comes down to a few things: audience size and engagement,
Okay.
niche and consistency. The bigger and more engaged your audience, the more attractive you are to advertisers and sponsors.
Makes sense.
And if you're targeting a specific high-income niche, your earning potential goes way up.
So find your people, create amazing content consistently, and the money will follow.
Pretty much. It's not always easy, but those are the fundamentals.
I'm so inspired by all of this.
Me too.
It's amazing to see all the creative ways podcasts are making it work.
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder what's next for this industry. What new technologies, what new platforms, what crazy new monetization strategies will pop up?
Who knows?
It's a wild time to be in the podcasting world, both as a listener and a creator.
I agree.
And that's it for this deep dive. We'll be back next time with another fascinating topic.
Until then.
Keep those ears open and those minds curious.
And support your favorite creators however you can.
All right, we'll see you next time.
Bye.